Today on Animal Fact Files, we're discussing boobies. These birds have their funny name because of their funny attitude. Sailors considered these animals foolish because they would land on ships and allow themselves to be easily caught and killed for the sailors to eat. Thus, these boobish birds got the name booby. Boobies look similar to gannets, with whom they share a taxonomic family. However, these two groups are separated into different genera, though it did take over a century for them to get to this point. Gannets are migratory, where boobies aren't, and gannets are relatively the same size across sexes, while boobies are sexually dimorphic, with females appearing larger than males. There are 6 booby species in the Sula genus and another classified in its own genus. These birds live worldwide in coastal habitats, including islands as well as on the open ocean, not unlike puffins who spend a large part of their lives at sea. Outside of the breeding season, boobies may travel on their own or in small groups. However, they can form massive roosting colonies during the breeding season, which may last upwards of 40 weeks. Booby pairs are considered monogamous, but this seems to be loosely applied in the case of these birds. Boobies will quickly turn to infidelity if a mate stays out for food for too long. However, there is evidence that male boobies will destroy eggs if they determine the chicks inside are not their own offspring. Both mates incubate the eggs, and they'll use their giant feet to keep the eggs warm. Most boobies are ground nesters, but red-footed boobies lay their eggs in trees. The bright feet of boobies come into play for mating. The males with the brightest feet get the girls. They'll do little dances with their feet to entice the female. Their feet are also made of 4 webbed toes as opposed to the typical 3 in many other waterfowl. After about 50 days, their eggs hatch. At first, the babies are featherless, but they quickly grow a soft layer of white down. This is eventually molted to reveal their juvenile colors. The babies stick with their parents for at least 100 days until they can find food on their own, but many stick around longer for more food handouts from mom and dad. In total, boobies live between 15 to 20 years in the wild. Booby chicks are vulnerable to attacks from hawks and owls while parents are out foraging. These birds can also be taken by condors, rats, cats, gulls, and even each other. In turn, these birds take to diving to catch their prey. They'll hover above the ocean's surface and dive up to 82 feet headfirst into the water. Boobies eat mostly fish like sardines, anchovies, and mackerels, and they'll also take squids. Booby poop, also known as guano, is collected by humans for use in fertilizer. For more facts on boobies, check out the links in the description. Thank you to Jogul Faith, Zaima, Rajab, and OG Banyu for today's request. Give a thumbs up if you learned something new today, and thank you for watching Animal Fact Files.